Shalom.
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 Greetings in the Most High's name.
Thank the Most High, Ahayah, by Yashayah, for another opportunity to break down this truth, the truth of the Bible. We do ask the Most High always to give people the revelation of what we're saying, that it is the truth according to the Bible. We're going to go into another one of our 12 tribes lesson. We do thank all the people that have viewed our lessons on the truth about who the Israelites are. You can catch all those videos in our playlist. Look for it on our channel. It's called Israel. So we have a very in-depth lesson. We're going to read from the Bible, and we're going to read out of some books that we have. We're going to let the Bible speak, and we're going to let history speak for itself. What do historians and the Bible have to say about the subject of who the Israelites are?
History is very important, right, Josh?
Mm-hmm. So we're going to open the Bible first, say in the Bible for a little bit before we start reading some of this information. Matthew 10, 5 and 6.
Oh, we're going to talk on the Lord? I thought we were going to do the tribes. Okay.
Matthew 10, 5 and 6.
Oh, 10, 5, I'm sorry, Josh. All right, Matthew 10, 5 and 6. We'll read tonight, Mary. Just follow along. Okay. Matthew 10.
Verse 5.
Viewers, Matthew 10. Everybody have it here? Verse 5. Okay. The mission of the 12, right? These 12, Yashayah sent forth and commanded them.
And what?
Commanded them.
And commanded them.
Saying, go not, good Josh.
Go not. Go what?
Don't go.
Go what?
Don't go.
Read.
Into the way of the Gentiles.
Now this is the first commission he gave before he told them to go into the whole world in Matthew 24 and Mark 15 and Luke.
And we'll show you why too. And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
Because the Samaritan cities were filled with Gentile nations. Read.
But go rather.
But go where?
But go rather.
Go what?
Rather.
Read.
To the lost sheep.
Of the house.
Of the house of Israel.
So now, see,
that's still our call, isn't it, Josh?
According to the scripture, we are to identify and teach the people according to the Bible and according to the history that is in the Bible in the world. Who are the Israelites? Where are they and who are they right now? So let's go into it. Let's go to Genesis.
Wait, hold on. But this is, listen, this is what we heard today, right? With Brother Ricard. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. He was talking to his people.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Where are we going, Josh? Sorry, where are we going?
Genesis 49.
Genesis 49.
What I want you to do is I want you to get Genesis. We're going to read that, but I want you to keep your finger also in Deuteronomy 33 because we're going to flip back and forth.
Yeah. All right, 33.
No, we're going to go in. No, we're going to go to that as we're reading Genesis 49.
I know.
Right.
I'm getting my place ready.
Right. Genesis 49, verse 1.
Okay. Genesis 49, verse 1. This is where all the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of who the tribes are. And it starts right here. As a matter of fact, it probably starts even a little sooner than this, but actually, you know, towards Jacob's death, he had gathered his sons together, the nations. These are the 12 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Genesis 49, verse 1.
Okay, ready? Jacob's prophecy concerning his sons.
So he's going to prophesy through the Spirit of the Most High and tell his sons who they will be and how to identify. And he's going to give you different spiritual characteristics and physical characteristics of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
Right now.
Did you hear those
The
words?
last days started at
Trouble
70
befall.
AD.
What's going to happen? Not just trouble, but yeah. Okay. Ready? Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken, listen unto Israel, your father.
Mm-hmm.
Reuben.
Who?
Reuben.
Read.
Thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity and the excellency of power, unstable as water.
Because these people never made peace pacts with the European powers, so they were very unstable with the Europeans.
Thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed.
You slept with my maid. Read.
Then defilest, what, Tony?
Bilhah.
Right. Then defilest thou it.
Mm-hmm.
He went up to my couch.
Right. Now, let's go to Deuteronomy 33, verse
Go slow.
6.
Deuteronomy, and we're going to go back and forth in here, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Deuteronomy 33, where, Josh?
Uh-huh.
6. Okay. Let Reuben live
Let Reuben live. Read.
and not die,
So all of Reuben would not be exterminated.
and let not his men be few.
So there are still people who possess that seed of Reuben in them. Now let's go back to Genesis 49.
Okay. All right. Simeon? No.
Simeon and Levi, they're twins. You know?
Right. Ready? Genesis 49:5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. I just spoke to this man that was in Golden Corral about him being Haiti, and he agreed. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation. Wait, you know what I said to him? I said one thing. I said, you and the Dominican Republicans, you almost like hate each other, right? He says, yeah, that's true.
So
go ahead, Josh.
Simeon and Levi are brethren, meaning that they live. These two tribes possess and live on the same island. And instruments of cruelty are within both of their habitations: witchcraft, voodoo, Santa Maria, and the like.
That's right. And Catholicism.
Read.
Okay. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Levi, instruments of cruelty are in their habitations.
Read.
O my soul, come not thou into their secret.
So because this witchcraft that the Haitians, that stuff can really damage and even kill a person if they don't know what they're messing with. So that's why it says don't tarry into the witchcraft they deal with.
That's
because
this.
They're dealing with high level sorcery.
Right. Good, Josh.
Read.
Unto their assembly, mine honor, be not thou united. For in their anger they slew a man.
Right.
You know what happened at Shechem. And in their self-will they dig down a wall.
Wow. So now let's go to Deuteronomy 33, verse 8.
8. Ready? Deuteronomy 33:8. And of Levi he said.
And the who?
And Levi he said.
Levi are the Haitians. Read.
Let thy tuminin and thy urim.
Their royal priestly garments.
Urim be with thy holy one.
So
Urim.
When they do their sacrifices, they have these royal garments on them. Read.
Whom thou didst prove at Massa, and with whom thou didst strive at the waters of Meribah. Who said unto his father and to his mother, I have not seen him. Neither did he acknowledge his brethren. nor knew his own children.
Wow. Read.
Wow. For they have observed thy word and kept thy covenant.
Read.
They
They have what?
They have kept thy word and kept thy covenant.
So these people were
Psalms
charged
47,
to
47.
keep the laws and teach the people. Read.
Mm-hmm. They shall teach Jacob thy judgments and Israel thy law.
And what?
Thy law.
Read.
They shall put incense before thee.
So when even on the left hand, when these people, these Levites are dealing with these sacrifices, they're highly dangerous. They're the Haitian witchcraft is the best witchcraft you can get, although it's wrong. Not because it's witchcraft, because the people who are doing it still have that power between them and the Most High. Read.
Okay, they shall put incense before thee and whole burnt sacrifices upon thine altar.
That's speaking about on the left-hand side when they're doing their sacrifices to the devil.
Wow.
That's why their witchcraft is the best, because they have that spiritual power when they do these sacrifices. Read.
Blessed, O Most High, his substance, and accept the work of his hands. Smite through the loins of them that rise against him, and of them that hate him.
Read.
That they rise not again.
Read.
And of Benjamin.
Stop. Go back to Genesis 49.
Okay.
Next tribe, Judah.
Judah. Okay. Genesis 49:8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Thou art who?
Thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
If you look at all the tribes of Israel, they follow the tribe of Judah. They copy their dress style, their music, their hairstyles. Read.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
Hold that. Go to back to Deuteronomy 33 and verse 7.
7. Okay. And this is the blessing of Judah. And he said,
this is the blessing on the so-called African American. Read.
Hear, Most High, the voice of Judah.
Hear his voice.
And bring him into his people.
Bring him to his brothers. Read.
And bring him unto his people. And let his hands be sufficient for him.
Let his hands under captivity be sufficient to keep him alive. Read.
And be thou a help to him from his enemies.
The oppressor. Read.
That's
Go
right.
back. Genesis 49 and
9. Okay. Judah is a lion's whelp.
A lion's whelp.
Right. Lion's whelp from the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
So who shall raise these people up? Because they have that leader, that king spirit in them. Read.
The scepter,
rulership, read.
Shall not depart from Judah.
Read.
Nor a lawgiver from beneath his feet.
Read.
Until Shiloh come. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Read.
Binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass colt unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes.
Read.
His eyes shall be red with wine.
Because he's coming back angry with a mission to kill the people who have oppressed his people.
Right.
Read.
And his teeth white with milk.
Read.
Zebulun, right?
Zebulun. Read.
Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for a haven of ships. And his brother shall be unto Zidon, his border. His border shall be unto Zidon. Issachar.
Stop.
Okay.
So the tribe of Levi of Zebulun are the Panamanians and the Colombians.
Okay.
The haven of ships that the Bible speaks about is the Panama Canal. Now we're going to Deuteronomy 33 verse 18.
Okay, 18. Okay. 18. And of Zebulun, he said, rejoice, Zebulun, in thy going out, and Issachar in thy tents. They shall call the people unto the mountain. There they shall offer sacrifices of righteousness.
Of who?
Of righteousness, the law, for they shall suck of the abundance of the seas.
So
They shall be great fishermen, great sea people. Right?
read verse 19 again, Dad.
19. Okay. They shall call the people unto the mountain. There they shall offer sacrifices of righteousness, for they shall suck of the abundance of the seas.
So the seas around them are very rich in food. So they would live off of the sea, right? Now let's go back to Genesis 49. Issachar.
Issachar is a strong ass.
A strong what?
Ass.
A
mule.
The Issachar is the tribe, the so-called Mexicans, read.
Crouching down between two burdens. And he saw that rest was good, siesta, right, Josh? And the land that it was pleasant.
The land that the Most High allowed him to go into.
That's right. And bow his shoulder to bear. Nobody works harder than them. And became a servant unto tribute. Now, there's a lot of, tribes that will disagree with that, but I'm telling you, Issachar, the Mexicans, I hired them in North Carolina, right, Mary? They can work, these people. You can't even get them off the job. I can't get them off the job. They'll stay almost until dark where they can't see. Okay. All right, Josh, go back to
Genesis 49.
All right. So where do you want to go?
Keep going.
Okay. Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel.
So Dan would hook up with the Satan and try to subvert the Levite seat and be a priest. Read.
Dan shall be a serpent, by the way, an adder in the past.
So that's the tribe of Dan has been cut off.
Adder, yeah.
Read.
That biteth the horse's heels, so that his rider shall fall backward. I have waited for thy salvation, O Most High. Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
The Gadites are the American Indian. Read.
But he shall overcome at the last.
Let's go to the book again, Deuteronomy 33 verse 19.
20. Right. Okay. Ready? And of Gad he said, blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. He dwelleth as a lion.
He dwells so he will dwell like a lion in his foal. Read.
And teareth the arm with the crown of the head. Explain that.
That means when they would make peace agreements with their brothers, they would take the feathers of the crown
and cut their arm.
And cut the hand with the feather and mingle the blood.
Right.
Read.
Okay. And he provided the first part for himself.
The best of the land of America, so-called America. Read.
Yeah, Mary, because
there is a portion of the Lord's giver was he seated, and he came
seated.
And he came with the
heads of the people. See, they were tribes, but they lost their identity, so they were called savages. But these are the Most High's people.
He executed the justice of the Most High and his judgment with Israel.
Stop.
Okay.
Now, back to Genesis 49.
Naphtali is a hind leg. Oh, Asher. Okay. Out of Asher, his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. Naphtali.
Wait. Let's go to verse Deuteronomy
33.
24.
Asher, he said, let Asher.
Wait. So now we're going into the tribe of Asher. The tribe of Asher is primarily the Venezuelans.
Wait. Adjust.
24.
And of Asher, he said, let Asher be blessed with children.
So one of the royal dainties of the tribe of Asher, which are the Venezuelans, Brazilians, indigenous Venezuelans, Brazilians, Argentinians,
Take your time.
and the like, they would have lots of children. Read.
Let him be acceptable to his brethren, and let him dip his foot in oil.
The other dainty of royalty that would come from the lands of Asher, no, stay there.
Okay.
The next thing is that Venezuela and Brazil and Argentina are very oil, naturally rich lands.
Right.
Verse 25.
And isn't it amazing? I want to say, isn't this amazing? The curses are on them, but look at the land that the Most High let them take, Tony. The whole America and Canada. Right? Yeah. All right. Thy shoes shall be iron and brass.
So another royal dainty is the iron and the brass that will come out of the land.
And as thy days, so shall thy strength.
Because you were able to make weapons and natural things from the earth. Go back to Genesis 49.
Okay.
Now we're going to Naphtali.
Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words.
Back to Deuteronomy 33. So now, before we read that in verse 23, the tribe of Naphtali is a hind let loose. In other words, they're very beautiful people and they give goodly words. Speaking of the Hebrew language that they speak. So Deuteronomy 33:23.
Deuteronomy 33:23. And of Naphtali, he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with favor and full with the blessing of the Most High. Possess thou.
Wait. Start the verse again.
And of Naphtali, he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with favor.
So they were very favorite people. The tribe of Naphtali,
Beautiful.
mainly are the Hawaiians, the Samoans,
And they're beautiful people.
and the Fiji Island dwelling people.
Wow.
Read.
And full with the blessing of the Most High. Possess thou the west and the
Possess thee
south.
the what?
The west.
The west is Hawaii and the south is the South Seas.
Okay.
Now back to the Genesis 49.
Okay, Genesis 49.
And we're getting to Joseph, right?
Yeah, that's
Right.
Ephraim and Manasseh.
All right, Joseph, next. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Joseph is a fruitful broad.
So Joseph is the father of the Manassians, the Manassites and the Ephraimites, who the world calls so-called Puerto Rican is Manasseh, and Ephraim is the Puerto Ricans, and Manasseh is the Cubans.
Even a fruitful bar by the well.
So by the well, in other words, the women, the Puerto Rican Cuban women are very fertile. They have lots of children, and usually multiple generations live in one house.
Wow. Whose branches run over the wall.
Speaking of the houses will be stacked with one family.
The archers have sorely grieved him.
The Europeans, read.
And shot at him.
Read.
And hated him.
So the Europeans exterminated nearly 25 million of these people.
Yeah, Christopher Columbus.
Read.
But his bow abode in strength.
So he got stronger as he was oppressed.
And the arms of his hands were made strong.
Uh-huh.
By the hands of the mighty power of Jacob.
Uh-huh.
From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel, even by the power of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee, with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lieth under, blessings of the...
Wait, stop. I forgot something.
Breast? Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
I forgot another scripture about Gad. Go to Numbers 15. Okay. I'm sorry, I forgot a precept.
Don't worry about it.
Numbers 15 and 39.
Oh, Numbers. Oh.
Numbers 15:39. So now we're going back to Gad.
15 what?
Because 15:39 because we forgot a precept.
Okay. All right.
Another identifying precept about Gad.
15:9, right?
1539.
Oh, 39. I think I got it underlined right. 15. Hold on. I think I do. I probably do. Yeah, 39. Okay, 15:39. Ready, everybody? Okay. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon.
38.
Oh, 38. Okay. All right, ready? 38.
Is it 38?
Hold on.
Because
Yeah, here. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the who?
Children of Israel.
So this is one of the commandments of the children of Israel. Also, an outward appearance. Read.
And bid them that.
And bid who?
And bid them.
Bid everybody.
Bid them.
Bid them. Although if you want to wear a fringe garment, you can. But bid them, read.
That they make them fringes.
They make what?
That they make them fringes.
Fringes or borders.
In the borders of their garments.
On the sleeves all over. Now, if you look at that precept, who does that fit that's been in America? The Native Americans.
That's
because
right.
if you look at all their garments,
Awesome.
what do they have?
Mm-hmm.
Tassels.
Right.
Or fringes.
That's right.
Or tallits.
Awesome. Throughout their generations.
So the native peoples in America kept that tradition because all in their garments they have fringes. Read.
Wow. That they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Most High, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart.
Read.
And your own eyes. See,
Wow.
your own mind, see? See, a brother in the church, in the gym, always said to me, now you're talking from the heart. I was going to tell him, Josh, your heart is only a muscle that pumps blood. I didn't want to get into him. I'll tell him sooner or later.
So.
And that, okay, stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I wanted.
Okay.
Genesis 49.
All right. Where?
And.
Is Benjamin?
We did not tell. We did Joseph. Oh, we didn't finish Joseph, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mary 26. Genesis 40.
The blessing of thy father have prevailed above the blessing of my
progenitors.
Unto the utmost
bound
of the everlasting hill.
Good.
Which is Puerto Rico, so-called Puerto Rico.
Take your time. Very good.
They shall be on the head of Joseph.
That's right.
And on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren.
All right. Benjamin.
Stop.
Oh.
Go to Deuteronomy 33:13.
All right, hold on. I lost
Wait, 12 now?
No, we're still doing
Deuteronomy 13. 33. I mean.
Joseph.
Right.
Joseph. Now we're going to give you the other precept in
Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy.
Where are we? In Deuteronomy.
33:13.
Oh, that's it. Okay, that's where we are. All right, 13. And of Joseph, he said,
The Puerto Ricans and the Cuban.
blessed are the Most High of his land.
So the lands of Puerto Rico and Cuba would be very blessed in all. Read.
Wow. For the precious things of heaven, for the dew, and for the deep that croucheth beneath.
The waters would be very rich. Read.
And for the precious fruits brought forth.
The tropical atmosphere would grow lots of dainty fruits.
By the sun.
By the sun.
And for the precious things put forth by the moon.
Read.
And for the chief things of the ancient mountains. And for the precious things of the fast of the lasting hills.
Mm.
Wow, it matches up with Deuteronomy, with Genesis, huh? And for the precious things of the earth and fullness thereof. And for the goodwill of him that dwelt in the bush.
The Taínos, Indians, and the Arawaks that were in those lands, if I'm correct, They were very generous, loving people. They didn't want to fight nobody.
That's right.
When the Europeans found them, they exterminated them with diseases and enslaved them.
Smallpox.
Read.
Where we go?
And it was let the
Oh,
blessing-
let the blessings come upon the head of Joseph, and thou the top, and upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brethren. Remember that? Egypt. His glory is like the firstling of his blood.
So the best was also given to the so-called Puerto Ricans and Cubans, which we know as Manasseh and Ephraim. Read.
And his horns are like the horns of unicorns.
Read.
With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth. Wow. And they are the 10,000s of Ephraim.
Of who?
Ephraim.
Of Ephraim. Read.
Wow. And they are the thousands of Manasseh.
And of who?
Manasseh.
Read. Now go back to Genesis 49
Okay.
and 20.
Benjamin.
Benjamin, right?
Benjamin shall raven as a wolf.
Benjamin are the Caribbean blacks and the Jamaicans.
That's right. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil.
Because it is a historical fact that the people of these tribes would steal ships, slave ships, and turn them back.
I want to say something. Now do you understand why it's so important to know who you are? Because in the last days, we're in the last days now. The Most High is going to bring his people together, the tribes. They're going to start waking up, right, Tony? All over the world, and they're going to realize that the blessing is for them.
Right.
The kingdom of heaven is theirs.
And I'm glad you said that.
Those are the real Jews, not those phonies in Israel.
Deuteronomy 33:12.
Deuteronomy what?
33:12.
Ready? And of Benjamin he said, the beloved of the Most High shall dwell in safety by him, and the Most High shall cover him all the day long, and he shall dwell between his shoulders.
So the shoulders speaking of there is the Jamaican landmass. If you look at the Caribbean chain of islands, it is shaped like a shoulder of a man.
Okay.
Hold on. Say something. I'm going to look for a verse right fast.
Do you understand, viewers, do you understand, Christians, why the government has you at each other's throat, jealous of Puerto Rican or whatever the reason? Don't say it's not true, because it's true. If you go to prison houses, you go to big prisons, that's all you find. Right, Tony?
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans there, Mexicans there, Afro-Americans there. That's the way they want it. They even got it in the street like that. Go to L.A., go to the hood, right? Go to all the gangs, same problem. Now they're finding out. Now they're going to find out who they are. And hopefully they'll stop and they'll come together and realize, okay, who they are.
Luke 17:21.
And the curses will start coming off you.
Luke 17:21, then we'll go into some history.
By Luke, where, Josh?
17:21.
All right.
Go back to Luke.
Yeah, Mary, you can read that, 17:21. 17. Okay, so that's all I had to say really tonight. It's so exuberant. I can't even explain it. I met a Haitian. Haiti. I met a Haitian, and he agreed with. He says we do hate each other, and he was always asking me like, why? I said I gave him the scriptures. I told him, and he says I'm really going to check your ministry. I said go to the tribes, and we'll show you how we break it down, how we were taught too. We found out the truth.
Luke 17:21.
Luke 17 and 21, Mom.
Let me get it. Wait. I got it underlined. Go ahead, Mary.
Neither shall they say, lo, here, or to,
Or low.
Mom?
or here,
Hey, Mom.
lo.
Mom. Read verse 20.
Oh, 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of Ahayah should come. He answered them and said, the kingdom of Ahayah cometh not with observation.
All right, stop.
So in other words,
I'll read the rest.
you cannot observe when the kingdom of
That's
heaven,
right.
because
right.
it's merely not a coming event.
Come on. Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of Ahayah is within you. Now wait. This is Luke. These are black people. I'm going to say that in love. These are Israelites. That's who Yashayah was talking to. When Paul came, then Paul took the kingdom of the message to the Gentiles. But they had to keep the law. Right. They kept the Sabbath. They kept the holy days. Now the Christian church has got all our brothers locked up in their prison houses in Christianity on Pagan Sunday, eating pork, eating swine, eating shellfish, listening to a pagan ministry on Sunday, Rome.
Right. So we know according to Scripture. So what does that mean that the kingdom of heaven is within you?
Come on, Josh, tell me.
Look at this. How is it that all the other nations built their empires? They didn't build it because they were great. They built it off the back of the slavery of
great
one
people that were great already. Just because they made it look like slaves. Josh, give them that scripture. Give them that, man. They got to hear that. They don't hear these scriptures. I see princes and kings walking. Where is that, Josh? Go to that. Where is that?
Ecclesiastes.
Come on, go to it, Josh. I'll let you read it. Listen to this.
Ecclesiastes 10.
After Proverbs, right?
Uh-huh.
Or after Psalms. After Proverbs, right? What is it, Josh? 10? I want you to listen to this. You read it, Josh. Listen to this. Listen to Josh. Listen to where you should be, all the tribes, not just Afro-American, Puerto Rican, acaad, Mexicans, all of you, where you should be. And what happened? Listen. Ecclesiastes.
This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 5.
Now listen. Please.
There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and an error that which proceedeth from the ruler.
An error from the ruler. What's that? There's an evil spirit over every city.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Folly is set in great dignity.
Come on.
And the rich sit in low place. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Look at that. Look at that. You're supposed to be on the horse. But because you fell in Moses' time, all the curses of Deuteronomy came upon the tribe.
Now, we're going to, of course, finish with the Bible, but we're going to show you, you should get these books, these historical documents. This is Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor. The Valley of the Dry Bones by Rudolph R. Windsor.
You need these books
and
to understand history. It's all in the Bible. We gave you the Bible first.
Part 1 and 2.
Right. Josh, I want to say something. We're not philosophers. I think you know that by now. We bring everything from the Word first, but right, Tony, you need history books. My brother is really good with history. That's one thing. One blessing about him in our ministry. He does know a lot of history, and that's good. When you've been robbed your identity, you don't know who your nation is. You're a lost people. Asked the man in the gym, you're Hebrew. No, I'm Christian. I said, no, that's your religion. You lost your identity. Didn't want to hear it. But that's only a few. Most people we speak to are getting a hold of it now. Okay. Why, Josh? In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian, am I saying that? Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jew state. I'm not going to say Jewish because that's the wrong word yet. With great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 100 million Jews.
100 million what?
Is that right? Am I saying it right? 100 million Jews fled into Africa.
Into Africa.
Fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery.
And what?
And slavery.
Read.
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
What? Now let's go to the precept. Let's get Luke 21:20.
Now we're going to go to the Bible and show you. I'll read this. I like this. I like this. I like it. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, because I witness a lot too. Luke 20, right, Josh?
21.
Oh, 21? Okay. Yeah, that's good. Now listen. Now, before you read this, I know some of you are going to remember this, and you've been told that this has to happen. No, that's what I was lied to for 29 years in the Christian church. No, this happened 2,000 years ago, or a little more. Okay. All right, Luke 21. Let's go to Luke 21. Let's read the word. We gave you the history, and we always back it with the word, or we'll give you the word, and we'll back it with history.
Read.
Ready? 21:20, right, Josh?
Uh-huh.
All right, ready? Luke 21:20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out.
Read.
And let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these are the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. I want to say something real quick. The Palestinians know that the Jewish people in Israel are the synagogue of Satan. That's why they're fighting there. That's why there's wars there. They're not stupid, the Palestinians. For these are the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child. Go ahead, Mary, and to them. I'll read 24. Go ahead. And to them that.
Oh.
20, go ahead, Mary, 23.
But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that will suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land.
Stop. That's when the Great Tribulation started.
And wrath.
Wait. I'll read it. Okay, finish that. Okay, finish that. His people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword. Watch this. And shall be led away captive into some nations. All nations. And Jerusalem. So how can that be the Jews there? And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So it tells you right there, this is not a future event like I've been brainwashed to believe. This has happened. And that's why they fled out of there, and 100 million of them ended up in the Atlas Mountains of Africa. Where's the scripture that says that they sojourned in the land of Ham? I know you know where it is, Josh. Is it in Deuteronomy?
Mm-hmm.
Kings?
Psalms.
It is?
Psalms.
Wait, where is it, Josh? Come on, we got to tell them that. Hold on. Give me that precept. I'm going to show you that you're not an African. Psalms what, Josh? You remember, Josh? Where it is?
Psalms 105:23.
Thanks, Josh. Good brother. 105, guys. You don't have to go there, Mary. So I'm going to read. I want to show you something that we can back what we say. 105, what, Josh?
23.
Huh?
23.
23? Israel also came into Egypt.
Into what?
That's bondage.
What?
Bondage.
Into what?
Egypt.
Read.
And Jacob.
And who?
And Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham.
In the land of what?
Jacob sojourned in the land of Africa, Ham.
Which was changed according to history.
That's where you picked up their customs. That's why you wear those braids. But that was all Israel. That's not African.
Now,
Okay, what do you want me to read, Josh?
this is
Good reading, guys. Good
Babylon.
reading.
This is the Valley of the Dry Bones by Rudolph
Another
Windsor.
book we've been telling you for 3 years. You got to get these books. I hope you got them. If you really want to know and have those curses come off you, in the city, cursed to be in the city, cursed to be in the field, cursed you have to go to the white man for everything, all those curses will come off you if you humble yourself and get out of pagan Christianity before it's too late. The color of the Israelites. This is one question often asked of me. When the ancient Israelites, a white people in biblical days, were the ancient Israelites a white people in biblical days? Were they? The answer to this question is absolute no.
What?
Absolute no.
Read.
I have no doubt about my convictions and no reason to lie. The Europeans had the reason to lie.
The what?
The Europeans had the reason to lie, to develop white supremacy.
What?
White supremacy.
Read.
They lied about the truth after they made it illegal for a black man to learn to read during slavery times. This event took place when the whites prevented the blacks from defending themselves. They reinforced their lie by placing white pictures throughout the Bible, placing white pictures on religious calendars, and producing lily white television programs and religious movies. As a result of this insidious, overt deception, the modern generation, white and black, just assumes, without the facts, that the ancient Hebrews were white. And you can read, Josh. Read it. Read for me. Does the Bible?
Does the Bible?
Can you see?
Does the Bible indicate that definitely the color of the Hebrews? This question is important because the Hebrews are the central figures upon whom the Bible is based. I maintain that Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Ishmael, the father of the Arabs, Moses, Solomon, Jeremiah, Daniel, Yashayah, and the entire nation of the Hebrews were a black people.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Were a black people. And I shall give you proof to support my position. Some writers contend that the Hebrews were a white people, but they do not offer any proof because there is none. I think that it is a shame when a writer makes a statement yet does not have the respect for the reader to invent some proof. For most of my evidence, I shall use the Bible. It is possible for me to render many other historical sources. So it's much more than just what the Bible. This is a substantial historical fact.
This is a man that's done his research, and he knows the Bible because he's matching it with the Bible.
Since we are dealing with the Bible, the supreme proof should be the Bible. Let the good book speak for itself.
Good.
The Bible is a book that many read, but few understand.
Very few. In the church.
The Bible is a book that many read, but few understand.
Stop. Because we're not pointing no fingers at the people in the church or the pastors, but I do believe a lot of pastors know and don't tell you, but most don't. They've been deceived too by Rome.
Or know the various races or their characteristics. Joseph was of the 12 sons of Jacob. He had been sold as a slave to the Egyptians. He eventually became victory of the nation and was second to the Pharaoh in authority. When the famine when a famine struck this part of the world, Jacob sent his 10 of his sons to the neighboring African country of Egypt to buy corn. Arriving in Egypt, the 10 brothers came before Joseph. Joseph recognized his brothers, but they did not recognize him. Genesis 42, 1 through 8. Go to that right fast. Genesis 42, 1 through 8.
All right, Genesis 42, 1 through 8. I'll get it, guys.
Because I'm going to finish reading.
42, 1 through 8, Josh?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Joseph's brethren come to Egypt for grain. Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, why do ye look one upon the other? And he said, behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob, sent not with his brethren. For he said, least perhaps peradventure mischief befall him. And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came. For the famine was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land. And it was that, and he it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him.
And they did what?
Bowed themselves before him.
Wait, who bowed before Joseph?
Remember the dream? And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him.
Wait a minute. So Joseph's brothers recognized, could not tell the difference of the people around Joseph from Joseph. Read.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's another color scripture in the Bible.
With their faces to the earth. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them.
And he what?
And he knew them.
And Joseph knew them.
But he didn't know them, but made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, whence come ye? And they said, from the land of Canaan, to buy food.
Uh-huh.
All right. And 8. And Joseph knew his brethren.
And Joseph knew his brothers. Read.
But they knew not him.
But they knew not him. Why? Because Joseph looked like the Egyptians, the black Hamitic Egyptians around him. Now, we're going to read a little more. Then we're going into some other books. Then we're going to read a couple more scriptures. Then we'll close. There are three. This is page 57, the curse of leprosy.
I'll read it. Okay. We're on a while here already. Okay. We want to start here.
The curse of leprosy.
If you don't believe that the ancient Israelites were black after, there are 3 kinds of leprosies mentioned in the Bible. 1, domestic leprosy, found in the houses. 2, material leprosy, found in garments. And 3, biological or physical leprosy, contracted by human beings, or I don't like that word. I like to use creation, people who created. We are only concerned here with biological leprosy. As I mentioned in my first book, From Babylon to Timbuktu, pages 24 and 25, the leprosy irrevealably stated in the Bible showed itself when the skin turns red, but mostly white. It is an established fact that the Bible always mentions leprosy in the context of the skin turning white because of a disease or in relationship to some specific wrongdoings.
Read.
If you don't believe that the ancient Israelites were black after I explained to you about the leprosy plague and curse, then you are either grossly stupid or you don't want to face reality, because it disturbs your deposited fixed ideas that you don't want to change. Wow, that's true. Keep going. It is written in the 13th chapter of Leviticus, when a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising, a scab, or bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought to Aaron, the priest, or to one of the sons of the priest. And in the 4th verse, if the bright spot be white in the skin of his flesh, the priest shall shut up him that has the plague 7 days. In the 6th verse we have, and the priest shall look on him again the 7th day, and behold, if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is but a scab, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. Keep going. Keep going. In the 2nd and 4th verses is mentioned a bright spot in the skin. A bright spot means a lighter spot than the regular dark brown skin.
So leprosy is discoloration of the skin. Read. Just a little more. Then
that's all right. A bright spot means a lighter spot than the regular dark brown skin. The explanation of the 4th verse is this. If the bright spot becomes white or whiter, then the leprosy is spreading over the body. Remember, Moses was speaking to the Israelites in the wilderness of Sinai, a part of the northeast Africa. Moses said in the next verse that when the priest shall look on him on the 7th day, and behold, the plague has become somewhat dark or darker, and it did not spread, then the priest shall pronounce him clean, because the skin is getting darker, like his regular or original skin, darker.
Read.
Moses and Aaron in the 38th verse speak of bright spots and white spots. A black man or woman with these white spots covering some part of their body is a partial leper. However, once the plague of the whiteness has covered his entire body from his head to his feet, the leper is clean. He has completely changed color like the albino. The albino was once black, but his hair and skin have changed to white, and his eyes are pink. The people who had leprosy in the Bible are classified as albinos. And these albinos are the only white Hebrews that ever existed in ancient times and were in minority. The Bible never speaks of a white person turning black, but only of a black person turning white. Therefore, we can conclude that the black man was first on earth. Other places in the Bible where it is mentioned that the various people had turned white are Numbers 12:10 and Kings 5:27. So in other words, black can turn white.
Now we're going to show you the first place.
Whites can't turn black. Right. Okay, I got it.
This is a Sabbath, so we usually take some time on the Sabbath. Exodus 4, verse 6. We're going to give you the first example of leprosy in the Bible.
Yes, I gotta get water. my throat. Yeah, Josh, you read this. Here, Josh. Here, 4. You want more water, Josh? You want more water? You want more water? You want more water?
No, I'm good. Exodus 4 and verse 6, right? Are we all there? Exodus 4, verse 6. And the Most High said furthermore unto him, Put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. Mom?
And when he took it out, behold.
Behold what?
Behold, his hand was leprous.
Was what?
Leprous.
Now what is biblical definition of leprosy? Read.
As snow.
What?
White as snow.
As snow. It doesn't say white. It says as snow.
As snow, yeah, it's white.
So according to the Bible, leprosy is the whitening of a black person's skin. Because Moses' skin was black and the Most High turned his hand white. Next verse.
And he said, put thy hand unto thy bosom again.
Mm-hmm.
And he put his hand into bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again
I'd have
to
some of
its
this.
other color.
My throat.
Right?
Its other color.
So,
Other flesh.
Watch what you're drinking.
so we understand that the Most High turned Moses' hand white. Then he returned the color of his skin to the color of his other flesh. This is the first documented example of true leprosy. Leprosy is the whitening of a melanated person's skin. So now we're going to go into the Negro question. And we're going to I'll read a little bit. This is chapter 2, page 19. Africa, Carthage, was a Hebrew community found in North Africa in the year 800 BC. By the Black Phoenicians, it could have been place of a refuge for Israelites fleeing Assyrian captivity. See 2 Kings, entire 17th chapter. Carthage was defeated by the Romans in 201 BC by Roman general Scipio Africanus. Libya was named after this Roman general, Africanus. And this is where the name Africa came from.
Africanus. Very good, John.
Most Negroes have never taken the time to learn the simple fact that they style themselves African Americans. So America was also named after
Africanus.
Africa.
Now, how'd they get the name? How'd they get the name Ham, Tony?
Now, I want you to look at this picture. These are Hebrews that are still dwelling in Africa. And what do they appear to you as? What do they look like? What is the skin color of these people? They don't look white to me. Now, again, another picture of these people on the top corner. What do these people look like? The true Jews.
Come on.
What do they look like? They don't look like they're white to me.
Look at that. Keep still. Awesome.
Again, another photograph of a Hebrew Israelite. What does the brother look like? Doesn't look like the people in Israel.
Awesome, guys.
Now, I want, if my dad still wants to read
I can
a little.
Yeah.
First, let's show, I want you to read this, and I'm going to show them the picture of Joseph.
Okay. Even though the 3 black persons on page 10 look alike.
Hold on. The 3 black people is right here. That's Nefertari, and these 2 are Shemitic people. This one is an Elamite, and this one is a Hebrew Israelite. See how they all look the same.
So what we're saying is Adam and Eve were black.
And if you look at that, the one on the end, this one is a Hebrew. So again, now we'll be done in a little.
Even though the three black persons on page 10 look alike, they are not of the same lineage. Nefertari is from Ham's seed, and the Elamite warrior of Mesopotamia is from Shem's seed, and the Judean archer Haggah is also of Shem's seed, the tribe of Judah, which the Israelites descend from. Remember, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is descended from Shem, or of importance. This Nefertari would be considered a Negro by today's use of the word. Lastly, there is an image of Joseph, the son of Jacob, the Mesopotamia, in Egyptian garb.
You want to read the?
Wait, keep going.
It's the
okay. Seed. As you can see, based on the coin's image, the Joseph of the Bible was black.
Okay. The inscription reads, Joseph, Vicary of Egypt. Now, again, this is not something that is made up. What does Joseph, the Hebrew Israelite, look like? You see the nappy woolly hair? You see the broad and the thick lips, the nose, and the brass-like skin? What does this man look like to you? Does not look like the people that are claiming to be Jews. Doesn't seem to fit the bill, does it? Does it? No, it don't. And we're gonna, and again, I want to show you another picture. Hannibal, the people. Now we've seen History Channel history depiction of Hannibal. Hannibal was a Shemitic Hebrew Israelite. Now, if you look at the coin I'm about to show you on this side, this is what Hannibal looked like. You see the woolly hair and the broad nose and the thick lips. He was a Hebrew. I want to show you some things. Now, let's point out the devil. Who is the devil?
You just passed out a whole bunch of white Jews. You passed on what?
Frederick Douglass.
Back road. That one. There were a bunch of Edomites. Keep going. I saw them. Keep going.
Okay, now we're gonna show you this. Now I want you to focus in. We're gonna show you this. All right, Tony, can you give me some more water, please?
Yeah. Who is that, Josh?
Now I want you all to listen. This is Pope Nicholas V. You see that? Now we're gonna see what the papacy has to say about black people. The father of the Christian, the mother of the Christian
and
church.
they haven't changed even since the Pope came to this nation in September. They're still the same. Nothing's changed about them. Now let's read. Can you read it?
I'll read
All
if
right,
you
go
don't
ahead.
want to.
Oh, I'll read.
I'll read it and you'll read.
All right, go ahead.
This is
Now listen.
this is on page 65 of the Negro question. Okay, everyone can see Negro question, page 65. This is the Roman papal bulls condoning slavery. At the time of the Negro captive was suffering under the destruction of his continent, the enslavement of his wives and the children of the most powerful white institution in the world at that time turn a deaf ear to the moans and groans of an entire continent that the Catholic Church will show. 2 popes issued papal bulls condoning slavery, bringing the dumb devices instituted by
Let me read.
Nicholas V.
Let me read. Okay. Where are you? Don't give me the book.
Right here.
All right. Papacy from 1447, 1455. In 1452, authorized King Alfonso V of Portugal to reduce any Saracens, right? Saracens, Muslims, and pagans, black Jews.
So the popes and the Catholic Church define you black people as pagans still. Even for, and that goes for you Hispanics, you're pagans to them.
Wow. And any other unbelievers, black, Hebrew Israelites, to perpetual slavery.
So the best role for you in this world, Hebrews, is to be a slave to the Romans. Read.
Thereby ushering in the West African slave trade. The Romanus Pontifex, also issued by Pope Nicholas V in 1455, sanctioned the seizure of non-Christian lands and encouraged the enslavement of non-Christian people in Africa and the Americas. Specifically, it gave the green light to invade, search out, capture, vanquish, and subdue all Saracens. What I say, Josh? Saracens and pagans whatsoever, and other enemies of Christ whatsoever placed, all for profit. And in the name of Jesus Christ, the inner Caesarea, signed by Pope Alexander VI in 1493, states, Pope Alexander VI, right? Sixth.
Mm-hmm.
The papacy command you, Spain, to instruct the aforesaid inhabitants and residents and dwellers therein in the Catholic faith.
So make them Christian by force.
Wow.
Make the Jews, the true Hebrews, your slave by indoctrinating them into the Christian religion.
And train them in good morals.
By good morals, they mean their morals, not the Bible.
Right. This papal law sanctioned and paved the way for European colonization and Catholic missions in the New World. Look at that. Who were the non-believers. Remember, the Asani, the Ingas.
Wait, the Ashanti.
The Ashanti.
Igbos.
The Igbos, Jews of Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Beta, Jews of Ethiopia. And Phalastia, Jews, the Lemba tribe, and all of the Jews in the Wheat Coast, the Good Coast, the Gold Coast, and the so-called slave coast of West Africa. These people worship the power of the Sabbath.
So,
they circumcise. Okay.
Hold up.
Yeah, that's good, Josh.
I want you to, this is very important. Before you were colonized and destroyed by the Christians, black people, you were still observing your ancient customs of the Bible. You were actually following God before Christians came and enslaved you.
Wow.
Wait a minute. That sounds backwards because you think Christianity is the way. But actually, historically, before Christians found you and enslaved you, you were actually following the Bible.
That's right.
So that you don't need Christianity. You don't need Christians.
I know that's hard to understand, but it's right. It's all in the Word. It's all in the Word.
Because they are the ones that destroyed you, Europeans.
That's right.
European.
They took you out of your homeland and brought you to America. They forced you.
Murdering European religious fanatics.
The Gold Coast and the so-called slave coast of West Africa. These people worship the power of the Sabbath. They circumcised their sons on the 8th day. They kept the dietary law.
They did what?
They kept the dietary law.
They ate pork.
No, they kept the dietary law in the 11th chapter of Leviticus.
Mm-hmm.
They kept the blowing of trumpets and the feast days.
They did what?
They kept the blowing of trumpets and the feast days.
Sunday.
None of them ever worshipped on Sunday, and none of them ever worshipped holidays.
Wait. Black people, I want you to listen to what your people actually are supposed to, because again, I'll say this. Before the white man, the European power, the Romans found you, you were following what the Bible said.
That's right.
Right now, you are not following God. You are following the Roman Catholic white God, which gives you no rules and actually is Satan. That's right.
Come on.
The religion the faith that you proclaim to be true is of the devil. All Christianity is satanic and wicked and evil.
That's right.
No man of God or a true follower of the Most High can honestly defend the Christian religion without no knowledge of what it really means. Because if you study the history of Christianity, you will find that it is the most murderous, genocidal, homicidal, raping, suicidal religion in the world. And they want to talk about Muslims. They don't tell you about what they've done. Muslim Islam has not killed nearly the number that Christians have killed.
That's right.
Look at the KKK. Christians. Millions of blacks murdered. Slavery. Christians. Well, actually, we know that they were Jewish. Romans killed over 100 million of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
That's right.
Died
That's
during the transatlantic slave trade.
That's right.
And the number grew. Police brutality, prisons, sports, entertainment is all slavery. And you want us to believe that America is equal for everybody.
Huh.
You have to show me that in history. You have to show me that. Because America has never been equal for everybody.
Right.
America has always been about the white elite, Esau, the government, oppressing the blacks.
Tell him, Josh.
Read.
The people of captivity were non-believers of what? Examine the verbiage from the Council of the Laodicea.
Now think about this. This is a Roman Catholic council on the Bible. They're going to tell you what the Catholics believe about the Bible. Read.
It states.
And this is what Christians believe.
It states that Christians must not Judaize.
Or in other words, Judaize is a slang word, meaning people that are Christians don't follow the Bible, don't actually do what God says.
That's right. By resting on the Sabbath day.
On the what?
By resting on the Sabbath day.
So the Catholics know that Sunday is not the Sabbath.
That's
Read.
right.
And the Christians know, the Christian pastors know that too. So this is telling you they're in the bed with the Pope.
That's right. On the Sabbath day, but must work on that day. Rather honoring the Most High's day, Sunday, which
Wait,
Lord,
what?
Rather honoring the Lord's day, Sunday.
Where is that in the Bible?
Where's it in the Bible?
Christ did not rise on the Sabbath. And
none of them did.
not one time
Worship
in the
on
New
Sunday.
Testament did Christ, Paul, or any apostle, or Christ himself change the Sabbath.
Ever go to a place to worship on a Sunday? Never.
Nope, they did not. They reverenced the Sabbath.
That's right. If they be found resting as Christians, but if any should be found to be Judaizers, let them be anathema.
Anathema, which means cut off from
cut
Christ.
off from Christ. There is one. This is one of the reasons why the Europeans justified enslaving the black Hebrews from West Africa, because they were Judaizers. After all of these official documents coming from the Anglo-Saxon, the Jute priest, papacy, you have a strange event taking place. In 1865, remember, under the law of darkness, it was illegal to teach the Negro to read or write. So who do you suppose made his way to the so-called slave quarters to instruct the Negro in the ways of Christ? Remember, the Negro couldn't read or write under the law of darkness. So who do you think taught the Negro his religion? It was the papacy. And the papacy taught our fathers.
To who?
And the papacy taught our fathers.
So the Catholics taught you how to be Christian.
And they forced Christianity on the American Gad, Indians.
Read.
How to worship God contrary to the scriptures.
Wait, what?
How to worship
So
God.
wait a minute. Christians are worshiping God.
Contrary.
What?
Contrary.
Read.
To the scriptures.
So you're not following the God of the Bible.
That's right.
You're following a God that you have made up in your own mind that fits your wicked lifestyle.
This is why the Most High had the prophet to write this people had been robbed and spoiled. Robbed of his memory, his identity, his resting place, and his God. The Most High had it written in the writings of the prophet Moses, Deuteronomy 32:36. When he saw that their power is gone, he would intervene, and he did. Watch God in action. The Negro didn't have an army to fight on his behalf, so the Most High of Sabbath made the North and the South fight each other. This happens to be the Lord's calling card to make your enemies fight each other. Go with me to a scene in the Bible.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, that's good.
So we understand, Negro question. Get this book. Now we're going to show you some more images. Again, this is the Negro question part 2. Okay. This is again, this is another picture of Joseph that was found in Egypt.
Go closer,
Black
go closer,
Israelite.
closer and down. Closer, not closer. Just go closer. Closer. Go closer to the film. Closer to the screen. Let him. I got it. Go. All right, you see that? Okay.
Again,
I got it. I'll do it, Joshua.
these are Hebrew Israelites being taken captive into Assyria in 721 BC.
That would be Gad, right, Josh?
And Northern Kingdom.
The Northern Kingdom. How many? Who were they, Tony?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, it would have been Gad.
Part of Gad, right?
No, all of Gad.
All of Gad? Wow. It's all right.
And
Good,
if you
Tony.
look at these pictures,
Maybe sleep. It's okay.
you will see
Come down a little.
these
Look at that.
people being
down.
taken
Come
captive
down.
are Negroid
Right there.
by their features.
That's
Woolly
right.
hair, thick lips, black skin. Another picture. Archaeological proof. Again, more proof. This is no joke. The Bible is true.
Down, down, down. More. Let them see the face. There you go.
More proof. Look at this brother. Taken captive by the Assyrian. See, these people kept accurate descriptions of their captors.
That's right.
Their captives. Conquerors always make sure they let people know what their slave looks like.
That's right. If you do the research, you'll find it all.
Now, of course, again,
Show them the locks. Look at that, Josh.
look at this brother.
Look at this.
Locks.
That is a brother.
A
That
Hebrew.
is a Hebrew black man.
Does he look Caucasian to you? Does he look like the people in Israel? Nope.
So now you know you lost your identity, don't you?
More archaeological proof. I want you to take a look at that for a minute or two. Who does these brothers look like in the earth today? Who do they look like? These are the ancestors of the Hispanics and Native Americans.
That's right.
More proof.
You can't deny these pictures.
Oh, you can't deny it. More proof. Now, again, look at the brother. Woolly hair.
Go closer. That's it.
Look at
A
it.
little down, just down. That's it right there. Okay. Woolly hair.
Another photo. Prove all things is what Scripture tells us to do.
Thessalonians 5.
It may take a while, but we're going to prove it.
Was that 2 Thessalonians 2? 5:26, right?
Hebrew Israelite.
I think 5:21.
Close up. Look at this.
Okay.
Again, look at the hair. Braids. Woolly beard. Black. Does he look like the people in Israel today?
No, he sure doesn't. He sure doesn't.
Because these are original Hebrews. More proof.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Look, go down, down, more. Look at this brother. Okay.
So can it be denied? And I want to show you again more pictures. Hold on. This is black people ruling in Europe during the Dark Ages. This is archaeologically proven. Hebrew Israelite. Look at their brother. Look at these people. Kings. Look at the way they dressed. Like royalty. Not like you black people dress today with your pants sagging.
Yeah. Your butt sticking out.
Again, more nobility to show you. This is Charlemagne. The true Charlemagne was a black man, the emperor of France during the Holy Roman Empire. Black man.
Where did they get this notion that he was white?
Whitewash. Here,
There's a good one. There's a good picture, Josh, right here. That's real good.
this is King Leopold, Holy Roman Empire.
Okay. That's a black man. I'll just throw it up there. Hold it still for a while. Let me see it. Let's get.
I know. Hold on. And I want to show you again, brothers and sisters. Now, this is amazing. This is this is an artifact that was found in Africa, painted by Hebrew Israelites of Christ. Now, what does this Christ look like, painted by his people? Does it look like the one we are exposed to?
That's right.
And all these artifacts are kept in the Vatican Museum, Vatican catacombs.
So they know who the real Christ is. They know who the Yashayah is.
They woolly hair and black skin. Now, we showed you Satan and what he said about you. Let's see if Satan knows who his God is. This is who the Messiah is, the true Messiah. Not the one they put up for you dumb slaves to follow. And those of you who don't study history. This is John Paul, and look at the image that he's worshiping. Does this image look like a white man So even Satan himself knows that his God is black. That is not disputable. This is more evidence. Look at these images were found in France, which is a white nation, in Brazil, in South America, and in Spain. Now, who do these people look like? This is the Madonna, Christ and his mother. What people does that look like to you? Does it look like the people in Israel?
No,
Does it?
it's not.
Undisputed. More proof. We see that?
When are we
So-
gonna get that thing worked out? We can show pictures to us on the film instead of doing this. What do we have to do?
Again, here's some more black coats of arms from Europe during when they ruled Europe during the Dark Ages. This is artifactually known that these people ruled, Israelites ruled.
Royalty.
Read Revelations 1, 13 through 15.
Okay. Revelation 1. 1 through what? 13, Josh?
Uh-huh.
The whole started?
Read 1 and 1,
Okay. Revelation 1.
verse 1.
The revelation of Yashayah,
So this is Christ's revelation to mankind. Read.
which Ahayah gave unto him,
Mhm.
to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of the Most High, and of the testimony of Yashayah, and of all things that he saw.
Verse 13.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Mm-hmm.
His head,
His what?
his head,
His what?
his head,
Read.
and his hairs,
And his what?
hairs,
His what?
hairs
I thought I read.
were white like wool,
Because he was with the Father in the beginning.
as white
So his
as
hair
snow.
was woolly,
That's right.
nappy like a black man. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire,
Read.
and his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet to what?
Fine brass.
Fine brass.
That's brown. That's dark brown. As if they burned in a furnace.
Daniel 10:6. Is Israel a slave or a servant? We're going to see.
Daniel 10:6. You want to read 10:6, Mary? Daniel 10:6. We're going to close with this.
That's
All right, I'll read this. Daniel 10:6.
Okay.
All right, ready?
His body also was like the beryl,
read.
and his face as the appearance of lightning,
So this is Christ in heaven.
Your head.
and his eyes as lamps of fire,
Read.
Wow.
and his arms and his feet
And his what?
and his feet
And his what? Read.
like the color,
Like
Like the
in,
what?
like in color.
like in color,
Like what?
like in color,
Wait, he has color? I thought it don't matter. Read.
polished brass,
As what?
polished brass,
And he was a black man. Last passage, Psalms 83. Then we'll close. Psalms
And
83.
the voice of his, oh,
Yeah, Psalms 83. Last passage.
so, what?
Psalms 83.
I'll read this. Psalms 83. Okay, where, Josh? Psalms 83, where?
Psalms 83 at the top.
Everybody have it? Out there, Psalms 83. Keep not thou silent.
So we understand, according to Luke 17 and 21, that the kingdom of heaven is within you. That means, what does that mean? The kingdom of God is within the Hebrews, the Israelites.
That's right.
So the reason they were able to build all that they built and do what they do is because the kingdom of heaven is literally they are the kingdom. Read.
Keep thou silent, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies,
Your friends.
thine enemies,
Thy what?
thine enemies
Read.
make a tumult,
Make an uprising. Read.
and they that hate thee
Read.
have lifted up the head.
Uh-huh.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel they will wipe out Israel, the true black Israelites' name from the earth. Read.
For
they have consulted together with one constant
consent,
consent. They
are
confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom
The elite Edomites, Europeans.
and
Read.
the Ishmaelites,
Elite Arabs. Read.
or Moab,
Mhm.
of Moab,
Read.
and the Hagarenes.
Africans.
Wow. Gibel
Africa.
and Ammon
Africa.
and Amalek.
Amalek is the Jewish people. Read.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assyria also is joined with them. They have helped the children of Lot.
So
Wow.
we see that.
That's good, John. Something good. Really good. So you see, it does matter. Did it matter what color with Yashayah in the beginning? No. But Edomites made it matter. The Europeans made it matter. That's why we have to bring this out, to let you know that you've been lied to about who your Yashayah is,
So,
who Christ is, who the Mashiach is.
right.
He's not a white man with blue eyes and blonde hair. That's another Christ. Galatians says it.
Right.
Another spirit and another word is going to be preached in the last days.
So, hopefully that was a blessed Sabbath lesson. We all got some good historical information and scriptural edification on who Israel is and where are they today. They're scattered throughout the world, and they are the melanated, or what people would say minorities. They are the true Israelites.
That's right.
They are not what they are being called by the world. So we say shalom, and may the Most High bless every one of you in Yashayah.
Shalom.
Shalom.